able to pick me up from there? Like, ask if they can hear me. Testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Welcome to the University of Guelph's coverage of this exciting event here on the campus of the University of Guelph. We are here at Macwell, the hub. Does it look weird, like having that little glass there? Yeah, it's kind of odd, right? Okay. Do you want to scan in just to see what it looks like to have somebody else? I don't know if you need to go wired. So we'll be talking. So I'd say like make that like where you're standing. Go on like this because I don't want to be side to side. I'm going to see. Okay. Good. Get off. Where's
security?
Security. Testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Welcome to the University of Guelph's coverage of this exciting day, historic day on the University of Guelph campus. If you don't know who I am, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Stu Lang. Folks like to call me D for short. I'm quite humbled to be your host. I kind of feel like I'm on the same here today. So I'm going to be guiding you through this live stream. This announcement that's going to be made here today. And I heard there's a lot of group parties. Taps. Maybe you're at home on your laptop, or maybe you're in your little cubicle. Wherever you are, we really appreciate you to join us here on this historic day. So you probably want to be here today. Is that okay? Testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing, mic check. Hello, testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Mic check. Okay, sounds good. Welcome to the University of Guelph's live coverage of this exciting event that's happening here on the campus of the University of Guelph. This is an exciting and historic day for the school, and I gotta say I'm quite flattered to be here as your host. For those that don't know who I am, my name is Stu Lang. Folks like to call me D for short, so I'm gonna grant you the permission to call me that as well. A lot of you are probably watching, whether it's at home on your laptop or in your little cubicle. I know there's viewing parties at Brass Taps in the pavilion, so if you're tuning in, I really appreciate that you're being here. I'm telling you, you won't want to miss this announcement. Now, some of you might be watching this and wondering, what am I exactly watching here, D, today? Well, today, the University of Guelph and the College of Business Economics is announcing a major gift that will finally name the School of Business here today. So it's a really, really exciting day for the university, and obviously for business education for generations to come. So I don't know why they have me here, but I got to admit I'm quite excited to be here to say the least. Now, before the announcement, we'll get to the announcement shortly. Actually, maybe we could take a look at the room right now. But before the announcement, I'm going to take some time to talk to some students here at the School of Business to see their insights, how they're feeling. I know they're taking an enormous amount of pride, having a School of Business and having a name for it. I was talking to, it was on campus earlier this morning, just walking around, and there's just so much buzz. A lot of people don't know what's going on tonight, but they do know the historic impact that it has on the university. So really, really excited to be here. And I want to mention that, once the live event and the announcement is made, stay tuned because I have the luxury of talking to Julia, who is our dean at the School of Business here. And I'm also going to be speaking to one of the benefactors of the gift as well. So I'm really excited to talk to him as well. So maybe our camera crew can give us a live look at the room right now, see what's going on. So this is kind of just a live look of the room and the announcement here. As you can see, they're just getting the final touches of the room. And it's too bad that you can't see the actual room and the red carpet because there's just so much activity and there's just so much buzz going on right now. I kind of feel like Ryan Seacrest at the Oscars, but the who's who of the University of Guelph is here today, and it's an event that you can just feel that the impact is enormous here. So maybe at this time I could take one of our first students and we could talk to one of our students here about the gift that is being made here today. So how you doing?
Good. How's it
Awesome.
going?
I don't know if you know who I am, but my name is Dee. What's your name?
I'm Ryan Patton.
Awesome. And your program and major here at the university?
Yeah, so I'm in the Management Economics and Finance program. I'm also a co-op student.
You're a co-op student as well. That's awesome. So I'm always curious because I was born and raised in Guelph, right? And the stereotype in Guelph was always that we were just a bunch of farmers with pitchforks. And so I'm always intrigued why someone would choose Guelph. So what was the draw and the allure coming to the University of Guelph?
Yeah, no, great question. For me, I was very privileged that I got into every university I applied to out of high school. So my next thing I decided to do was tour them. So I toured 3 and Guelph is my 4th one I came to. And from the time I stepped foot onto our campus, I knew this was going to be home for me for the next 5 years. The campus itself was gorgeous. The people are a lot different. The students, the faculty, the student leaders running this type of the school. It was just a different level of students. The community feel, it felt like going to me at the end of the day.
I love that you use the word community feel because I often tell people, the city is growing enormously, right? Like I said, born and raised here. And if you told me there was going to be 1 Walmart, I would have told you you were a witch. There was some sorcery, right? But now that we have 2 Walmarts and a Costco, but it still has that small town feel to it, which I love about Guelph. And could you share those same testaments?
Oh yeah, for sure. From the time you step on the campus, everybody knows everybody, especially in our business cohort. Being in the Management Economics and Finance program, our program is over 700 students within it. However,
you're stealing my notes here. I'm supposed to tell the people
man.
that.
But yeah, going to class with everyone, getting involved on campus, the various student groups we have, we become very well known with each other. And having that collaborative environment that you can work on assignments with someone together, as well as go out in downtown core and have a good time at nighttime with people, it makes the university that much better for us. It makes the university experience so much more worthwhile.
And I got to ask you a little question here because Mac Hall's definitely come a long way in terms of technology and being forward thinking. I mean, I always tell people it's kind of like a hidden gem around here, right? What makes working here so productive and like you want to be here? I feel like a lot of the time you don't want to go off campus to work because you have such great facility here.
Oh, it's amazing. I'll be honest, when I came here 5 years ago, Mac Hall wasn't even a thing. So we were walking all the way down College Ave to the old OVC building for our business programs. So this building's over 2 years old, I believe, and then from the time we got it, it's been an amazing work area. We have a live stock ticker in here, so being a finance student, that means a lot to us. And the people that we see here, again, it's the same students we see every day back here, working on whatever assignments it is. The technology we have in this building, so the collaborative breakout spaces that we can have group meetings in, practice presentations, it means a lot. Especially a place that's meant just for our business students here. it makes it that much more worthwhile for us.
Yeah. I really feel that there's no reason to not succeed here because all the resources and everything are so great here, right? So I guess my last question to you is, I know that you read JDCC and a lot of those schools already have a name, right? So what is it going to mean to you to finally have a name for this business school?
Well, it means so much to me. I've been very fortunate to be able to represent our business school on the national, soon to be international scale as well, going to a lot of different case conferences. And going there, we see schools like Felix, the Ivies, and we want to be at that level. Guelph business deserves to be at that level. Guelph finance is at that level. So being able to put a name to us, being able to put a name to the business school is going to allow us to compete that much more and put us on that level playing field with all the rest.
Well, your excitement is quite contagious, and I can tell that you're really, really thrilled to be here. So it was a pleasure meeting you, and thanks again for being here. Awesome. Have a great day. You can't tell me that you can't feel that. It's super, super, super exciting. Again, for these students, the staff, this faculty, it's just, you can feel it. It's very, very contagious. I should probably drop some knowledge on you. There's a lot of things that people don't know about the School of Business here. So a couple of things that I want to point out is the first business degree was actually handed out 50 years ago here at the University of Guelph. And if you know, the University of Guelph just celebrated its 150th anniversary. So that's really exciting news because the School of Business just developed in 2006, so it's one of the newer business schools here. So I've been told that we kind of want to take a look at the room right now. So let's take a look at the room, see where they're at in terms of what's going to happen. So as you can see, still empty and still waiting. The exciting thing too is some of the old branding. We're going to have some of the newer branding unveiled here today too. So it's really cool once again, and some more fun facts about, because I feel like this is my responsibility to tell you these things. Today's college has approximately 4,000 students enrolled, whether it's undergraduate, graduate, or executive level programs. There's just so many options here, and I mean, you didn't hear this from me, but there's buzz and there's rumors that a sports management program will at some point come here at the University of Guelph. So, I mean, they're constantly evolving, and they're what's the word? They're becoming a chameleon to everyone else, and developing their school to be the standard, the high standard that the University of Guelph raises here. Obviously, you know, the tagline of the university is improve life, so they're constantly finding ways and reasons to improve life here as well. All right, so I'm guessing you're a little bored with hearing me, and you're probably enjoying these interview student segments, so I'm going to try to bring another one along. It looks like we have another one ready, so bring our next guest here. Welcome. How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. So what's your name, your program, and your major?
Yes, well, my name is Allison Van Oss. I'm in 4th year, so I'm graduating soon, and my major is leadership and organizational management.
Awesome. So my favorite question is, what was the reason? So, sorry, where's your hometown?
Forest, Ontario, very small town.
Shout out, eh? You're really a little hesitant to say that. Don't know if everyone knows where that is. So what is one of the reasons that you chose to come to Guelph?
Oh, well, there are a lot of reasons. That was a long time ago, so I have to go down memory road here. But one of the biggest reasons for me was as soon as I stepped foot onto campus to tour the campus, I felt such a wonderful atmosphere, such a wonderful culture, a very friendly atmosphere that I knew I wanted to be a part of. I also knew some people who were here in upper years who just absolutely loved it. And then what really hit it home for me was on a campus tour day, I was able to meet some faculty from the College of Business and Economics, and they were so passionate and just like so friendly that I knew it was the place for me. Yeah.
So as I was telling Ryan in our last interview, this building in the School of Business has just been moving. Like so many things quickly happen. It's so crazy how Mac Hall has developed so quickly. So for you, what does it mean to be a business student here at the University of Guelph?
Wow. Well, I am truly so proud to be a business student here at the University of Guelph. One of the big parts of that is that I think our school is very unique in a lot of ways. So for example, from day one, something that's been ingrained into my education is the importance of sustainability and responsible business.
That's a word I feel like I frequently hear at the business school, is sustainability.
Yeah, it's really important to us and myself as well. Something else that makes me really proud to be a student here is the emphasis on collaboration and teamwork. There's certainly friendly competition, but it's not cutthroat. It's all about collaboration and getting to the best outcomes that we can. So that is really important to me.
I'm really glad you said that, because when a student approaches business or wants to go to a business school, a lot of the stigma is like it is so cutthroat and everybody's out to get you or whatever. So it's really refreshing to hear that the university embraces a collaboration and working together.
Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, as I've gone through my 4 years here, the school has just grown so much and developed so much. And that has led to me being able to grow and develop so much. So I'm just really honored to have done my undergraduate here. Yep.
So for someone that's watching right now, the millions and millions that are watching right now, you guys say hi to Mom. What does it mean to a student to have, like, for some people, they won't understand what it means to have a name for your school. So for the regular student that's not in this business school, what does it mean to have a name for your school?
For me personally, it means so much. It's very gratifying and rewarding to know that the work that our amazing faculty and amazing students and the staff have been putting in for the last 10 years or so has been noticed and has been recognized and will be recognized by the community and from other universities. And yeah, it just really is a benchmark in any business school's life that really shows what we've accomplished, and I'm so excited to see what happens.
And so how many years do you have left?
This is actually my last year, so.
So you'll be one of the first to have this name on when you graduate.
Yeah.
Well, that's really exciting. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Yes,
Thank you once again for taking your time.
Thanks so much.
Awesome. Whew. We're rifling through these interviews. Again, you can feel the excitement, these students, like it means a lot to them to have a name for their school of business. And I mean, like I said, I went to JDCC, which is a student-run event, and a lot of these schools already had a name for their school, and you just feel like there was just something missing, right? So it obviously is going to mean a lot to these students to finally have a name for their business school as well. So we're slowly getting closer and closer to the event, and I'm looking out here. Fortunately, you can't see it, but folks are slowly starting to make their way into the room. Again, it's live, it's buzzing, and it really seems like everyone's really privileged to be here to be a part of this event as well. So once again, we'll be getting there very, very, very shortly. I think we have time to take another interview, so we're gonna meet another student here. So if you want to come in, sir, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. And what's your name, your major, and your program?
My name's Sahad Kassam, and I'm in BCom, obviously, and doing hospitality, so hotel and food administration.
So what's one of the reasons that you chose that as your major?
Actually, I knew somebody in the program prior to coming, and I wasn't sure which school I was choosing. I had a few choices. I knew I originally wanted to do finance, but then one of my friends, he said, the University of Guelph has the #1 hospitality program in Canada. It's very world-renowned. So I thought, I might as well give it a shot. And on my first day, all my professors were so welcoming. They all, provided me so many opportunities right off the bat. I was like, I'm not leaving. This is amazing. Yeah.
Were there any preconceived notions that were given to you about Guelph? And I guess, what are some of the things that weren't true, and what are some of the things that stayed true to Guelph?
Well, of course, when I told everyone I'm coming to Guelph, they thought, are you doing farm school or, right? What are you doing? But
the Aggies will be proud of that.
No, absolutely. And, even in my program, we deal a lot with the food side, sustainable food and everything, but definitely not what everybody thinks it is. And after coming here, I realized that the notions that people have, I feel like they're not 100% correct. And I feel like things like days like today are really correcting that, right? Showing everybody what we're about here at Guelph. Yeah.
So given that you're in hospitality, it's obviously a global thing, right? I'm sure you want to go outside of Canada, you want to be able to take the international waters, what it may be. What does it feel like knowing that, the University of Guelph has made an impact and is recognized globally, and it's involved in all these different initiatives, to be able to say that you're from the University of Guelph?
Actually, you talked about international, and just yesterday I came back from Europe because I was at a competition for the school. And one of the best parts that I felt was that at the conference, I was speaking to someone I think they were from Germany. And they were like, oh, you go to Guelph. And I was like, how do you know Guelph?
They pronounce Guelph correctly.
Yeah. I was like, half of the people in Canada don't know Guelph yet,
yeah.
Right? How do you know? And they were like, it's known everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I had no idea it was such a big thing. And it feels so great just, touching on that I feel like we've created a reputation for ourselves, and days like today, it's solidifying everything that's been created throughout this time.
So clearly you're a big deal if you got invited here today, right? So to be at this event, this historic event, what does it mean to you personally to finally have a name for your business school?
It means a lot. I feel like this is the point that gives our school a lot of credibility. I feel like we've been outperforming when we do competitions, the industries that I've been talking to through networking and such, they seem really impressed with our students. But I think this is what's really going to take us to the next level and it needs to be like a well-known fact that Guelph is what it is. When people experience us, they realize what we're all about. But I really love having a new name because that'll allow people to see it without actually experiencing it, right? Like you'll be able to see it from far. That this is a student from the business school name, right?
Yeah, fill in the blank.
Yeah, fill in the blank. Yeah.
Do you don't want to be that guy to reveal it? No, and I'm glad you pointed out. The level is getting higher and higher at the university. I feel like the University of Guelph consistently raises the standard for business schools. So it's nice to say that you were a part of that movement, right?
Oh,
So it was a absolute pleasure meeting you, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. All right, we're just minutes away from this ceremony and this event and finally naming the school and finding out what that name is going to be and learning some of the people that are involved with this announcement. I'm going to try to squeeze in one more interview before we send it off, so I'm going to bring in my last person here. How we doing? Not too bad. I keep asking you guys to introduce your names, but then your name tags are there, so I don't know why I'm doing that. But for the folks at home, your name, major, and program.
Absolutely. So my name is Jacqueline Simard, and I am in the Hotel and Food Administration program, and it's my 5th and final year.
Oh, that's amazing. So you're going to be one of the lucky people to be the first graduates of the blank School of Business, right?
Absolutely. I'm so excited. It's going to be incredible.
That's awesome. So I've been asking everybody, I'm curious, why Guelph? What made you choose Guelph? I'm assuming you're from out of town?
Yes, I am. So it's funny, actually. When I came to visit the campus for the first time, I was with my tour group and I got lost. And I was looking around trying to find them. And I just met this student and she was so incredibly nice and helpful. She's like, I have no idea where your tour group is, but I'm going to help you find them. So she actually took me on a bit of an unofficial tour around the campus. She was so great.
So you're saying you're kind of a big deal is what you're trying to tell me?
No. But there's a special vibe about Guelph. The people here are amazing. Everyone's so friendly and there's such a sense of community. So that was a big piece for me, but the hospitality program is also very well renowned, which was also huge. So it was a great opportunity for me to kind of provide to combine my love for business and working with people. So the program was awesome and the school's awesome, and I haven't been let down yet.
So maybe you can be my insider here, but amongst your peers,
Yes.
what's the buzz and the reaction to what is happening here today? What does it mean to these students?
Absolutely. Everyone is so excited. When I came here in my first year to what the business school is today is night and day. We've grown so much in the last 5 years, and people graduating this year and some of the more senior students are so excited. It's going to mean a lot to us to kind of really help bring our business school to the next level, and there's a lot of excitement.
Right, like that's what I love. There's no complacency here at the business school. I feel like every year it's how do we raise the bar higher, and you can definitely say, even just this facility, like I was talking to them earlier, like maybe you can answer this as well, but this facility, like it puts you in a position to succeed, right? And maybe you could talk a little bit about what they've done here to make you successful.
Absolutely. So I'm very involved with one of the clubs on campus called DECA, and Mac Hall has just been an incredible space for us to support our students and our delegates. It's been the spot that we've hosted so many wonderful conferences. We've had students come from other universities, other countries, and they've been hosted here, and it's just been such an impressive space, especially for us in the center there. We've got all the coins in the center really denoting what the school's about, and it's such a great way to continue to communicate that message to our students.
So my last question to you will be, what does it mean to finally have a name for your business school?
Oh, I'm so incredibly excited. I feel like Guelph is, like I said, really grown, and it's continuing to grow to that next level. And this is just the next step for us. I can't believe how far we've come, and I know we're going to continue to do great things. So it's really exciting for me. I'm so excited to graduate. I know. We've been excited about this for, a lot of people have been excited about it for like the year that the buzz has kind of been coming out. So we're all just really happy, and we're so excited to see where the school goes.
Well, I'm glad you're as excited you are as you are, and that you were able to see this historic day as well. So thank you very much for coming on, and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, now we're just minutes away from the announcement. People have started to file in. Like this room went from 100 to 0 really quickly. It was really loud and it was buzzing in here. But folks have slowly started to file inside. Maybe we could take a look and see what the room looks like right now. As I said, folks are slowly starting to find their seats, and it looks like that we will be starting very, very, very shortly here on the live stream. I know you folks have been waiting patiently, and trust me, the wait will be well worth it. Some more facts, in case you didn't know already, about the business school is the mission statement of the university is to improve life, and the School of Business tries to adapt this mission as well. So the business school is one of 38 schools in the world to be named champions of the United Nations PRME network. Now, I didn't know what PRME meant, so I looked it up for you folks and for myself, and it's to promote awareness about the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And the second interview, I believe, with Ali, we were just talking about sustainability and how that's a prominent word and an important thing for the business schools. So it's really important that they're a part of this, not just here on a national level, but on a global level as well. So that's one of the fun facts here about the business school. The other one is the school uses the UN's 17 Sustainable Development Goals to guide their research, academics, and philosophy. So the business school just has their hands in on everything here, and again, they're just trying to set the standard for the rest of the schools, the business schools here in Canada. And this is a huge step for them. Again, this School of Business was developed in 2006, so it's one of the new and fairly newer schools here in the country, and so they're finally getting this name that I'm sure has been a long worth the wait. And again, these students are going to take an enormous amount of pride to be able to call this, fill in the blank School of Business and Economics. So it's exciting time. So again, we're just minutes away from this announcement. And again, I want to remind you, after the announcement is made, stay tuned. We will not be done here. I have the luxury of interviewing the dean of the School of Business here, Julia, and also we'll be talking to the benefactor of the gift as well. I know this is a very special day for them and their family, and I'm really looking forward to that conversation as well. And there's some other maybe surprise guests that we're going to try to rope in here as well. I'm trying to bug the president to talk to me. I know he's a little shy. If you've seen his videos, he's real camera shy. That's a lie. But hopefully we can get him on here as well. I know he's extremely proud. I was able to run into him, and he couldn't emphasize enough how big and historic this is for the University of Guelph. So maybe we can take a look at the room right now and see where we are at. So again, folks still looks like folks are still chatting as we look to get this thing started over there at one of the halls here at Mac Hall. And again, as I mentioned before, kind of like the who's who of the University of Guelph is here today and taking this event. I'm sure a lot of people pushed and moved their schedules around in order to attend this event because, again, an historic event, going to be one of the largest, if not the largest donation made here at the University of Guelph. So proud day if you are a Griffin, to say the least. So again, talking to all those students, again, the word that was preached and it was consistently said was sustainability, sense of community, and the mayor's here. I should point that out. Luckily, I saw him in passing as well, realizing the importance of what this means, not only to the University of Guelph campus, but the city of Guelph as well. So it's exciting. I can't preach it enough. I wish there was a counter in terms of how many times I said excited, enormous, major. It can't be emphasized enough. It's just a really, really, really great day for the university. I know I can tell you, in passing today, I was on campus just walking around, and somebody asked me in passing, one of the faculty staff members, they're like, "Did you hear about what's happening today?" And I'm like, "Fun fact, I'll be hosting a live stream today, so I actually do know what's going on." And there was just a million questions, and unfortunately, I had to be tight-lipped about what I could say. Not that I know a lot, but it was in a conversation that she had with me, and then she told me that just everyone's been talking about, because everyone's just so curious about what's going to happen here today. So really looking forward to the event starting here and that announcement being made. And again, I can't preach enough. We'll be here right after that event and the announcement to talk about what's being made. I'm going to give you all the details that I've been provided. so you can be reminded about what's being announced and what's being given. And then also I'll be speaking to some important folks about the gifts. So take a look at the room and see where we are at right now. And it looks like everyone's just patiently waiting for someone to get to the podium here. And so I'm sure a lot of people are probably wondering what my relation here is to the university and why they chose me to do this. I'd like to think it's for my good looks, but I mean, I'll leave that to a poll. But I do a lot of work here at the university, and I do a lot of work for different departments here on the university, whether it be athletics, student experiences, the president's office, but also I have a huge relationship with the School of Business here, and I'm really, really excited that I can be a part of this event because we've been able to do so many different things through collaboration, and so it's just exciting that I'm here. I thought I'd have to sneak in through one of the doors or jump through a window to get here, but luckily for me, they asked me to host this event. And yeah, I'm really, really excited to be here. I think that all of you will be quite overwhelmed when you hear the announcement and the magnitude and the effect that it will. I don't think that this announcement and this gift will just affect the School of Business, but I think it'll affect this whole School of Business, the whole university and the city of Guelph, and the impact it will have in terms of being recognized and how much further it'll put us in compared to some of the other universities. So, I'm being told that I need to wrap up, so that must mean that we're going to be starting shortly. So I want to thank you once again for hanging with me as long as you have. I really hope you enjoy the event, and don't forget to stay tuned right after as we will wrap everything up. All right, so just throw it to the room now, and I'll see you in a bit.
Place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging them reminds us of our important connection to this land where we learn and work. Joining us today are members of our Board of Governors, Board of Trustees, Senior Executive Team, Deans and academic partners, and I must say a special welcome to Mayor Cam Guthrie, who is never a stranger to good news here on this campus. Business has been a part of the University of Guelph in our history for over 150 years, ranging across many disciplines. And since 1969, we have been offering business degrees, starting with the Bachelor of Commerce in Hotel and Food Administration. This has grown to a full range of undergraduate and graduate programs with over 4,000 business and economic students today, as well as many more from across campus who take electives and minors in business, leadership, and entrepreneurship. The college's vision to use business as a force for good aligns with our university's mission to improve life, a simple yet powerful statement that drives everything we do here. And today, we have an incredible announcement to make in the evolution of business and economics at the University of Guelph. And now, to put an end to the mystery, I'm delighted to ask Shauneen Bruder, Vice Chair of the Board of Governors and proud University of Guelph alumna.
Thank you, Daniel. On behalf of the Board of Governors, I am deeply honored to share with you that we are renaming the College of Business and Economics. Through the unprecedented generosity of two of our most loyal champions, we are creating the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics. Now, many of you are familiar with the Lang name. It graces the newly created Lang Way and has long been associated with the growth of our Guelph Griffins football program. It's also provided essential support to many scholarships, capital projects, and the Pet Trust program at OVC. But you may not know as much about Gordon S. Lang, a father, an entrepreneur, a gentleman, a global business leader, and founder of Canada's own CCL Industries. CCL is a multi-billion-dollar company that employs more than 21,000 people in 37 countries. The company is the world's largest label maker and makes countless other products, from iPhone's front glass screen to most of the polymer note currency in circulation today. To provide more insight on Gordon and why his name and his values will stand alongside the University of Guelph's Business School, please enjoy this video.
I know as the company started to grow bigger, they wanted a corporate name to cover all the different factories, and one of the suggestions was Lang Company. And he said, they will never call this business after my name.
Should we
I always
recue the
respected
video?
that.
Well, he was extremely charismatic and had the best smile.
They always called him Gord. It was not Mr. Lang. He'd wander around the
Could we
plants
recue
and
the
talk
video,
to people.
please?
And he knew every single employee, and he knew everything about their family. And that speaks volumes for the type of person my father was.
He didn't see himself any different than anybody else.
His kindness, his generosity, that's what I remember.
I mean, that's Gordon. He was a perfect gentleman.
Well, it started from an idea.
Okay. So please enjoy this video.
I know as the company started to grow bigger, they wanted a corporate name to cover all the different factories, and one of the suggestions was Lang Company. And he said, they will never call this business after my name. I always respected that.
Well, he was extremely charismatic and had the best smile.
They always called him Gord. It was not Mr. Lang. He'd wander around the plants and talk to people.
And he knew every single employee, and he knew everything about their family. And that speaks volumes for the type of person my father was.
He didn't see himself any different than anybody else.
His kindness, his generosity, that's what I remember.
I mean, that's Gordon. He was a perfect gentleman.
Well, it started from an idea. And it started small, started in the back of the factory of another business.
We did 26 acquisitions in 26 years. In all cases, Gordon would do business on a handshake.
So we became a very large company.
Not only has he built the business, he's built it always been true to his values.
He was such a remarkable man, an incredible business leader who led with integrity and took a Canadian business and made it a global powerhouse.
Canada's public universities have a great reputation around the world, and University of Guelph in particular. Private donors play a huge, huge role.
Through this gift, we'll have the opportunity to search the world for 4 amazing faculties that will join us in finance, in marketing, in leadership, in sport, and event management. There is going to be remarkable gifts for scholarships, funds that are going to allow our students to participate in competitions, provincially, nationally, and internationally. But on top of that, the gift is going to do so many other things. I couldn't be more excited about having a brand and the recognition that that brand will bring us. Here at the University of Guelph, we sincerely believe that business can and in fact must be a force for good in the world.
We strongly focus on making sure that the business we do is making everyone better. So our investors are making money, but our community is improving. People are being lifted out of poverty, and all the key UN SDG goals are being ticked off and checked off.
Having gone to the University of Guelph and understanding what University of Guelph stands for. It's the bigger picture. Business is a part of society as a whole.
Universities lift communities, and communities lift universities. And in many ways, the Gordon S. Lang vision and values reflect that.
This isn't just about a name. This is about the right name. This is about a business leader with who our values align. In all respects, this gift will put business at Guelph on the map.
I personally want to do work in the world that brings about good, and that's something that the University of Guelph stands for as a whole.
We would hope that, having his name, Gordon S. Lang, name on the building, would provide an example to business, economics students of what can be done in this country.
If my father was here today and was speaking to the students, he would tell them that it's so important to find your passion and follow that dream and not be afraid of failure.
Be soft-spoken, be humble, work hard, take risks.
One of the most important things he taught us, and he would say to the students, is leave this world a better place.
Dad was always supporting us to achieve our dreams, and even though he may feel embarrassed to have a business school named after him, he would still pat me on the back and say, "Well done, son."
Stu, Kim, thank you for this magnificent gift and for being such strong champions of the university. It's truly remarkable. I'd like to now invite Franco Vaccarino, President and Vice Chancellor, and Julia Christensen-Hughes, Founding Dean of the newly named Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics, to the stage.
Well, thank you very much, Shawnee. Now, with the help of Julia and I think some of our business student leaders, are they here with us? Where are they? Here we go. With some of our student business, we're delighted to present the new brand and logo for the Gordon S. School of Business and Economics. This is terrific. I love the shirts, I gotta say. Well, this is truly an amazing day, a high mark for the university's history. We are gathered here to thank two very, very special people. Two people who have become our partners in building the next generation of business leaders. Kim, Stu, can't say enough about how deeply honored I am and privileged to thank you for your vision, your commitment, your generosity, and your foresight. On a more personal note, I want to share how incredibly special it's been getting to know Stu and Kim both for myself and my wife, Cosmina, since we arrived in 2014. And as I think back to those earlier days, some years back, I was reflecting on a number of special memories of times we've crossed paths and interacted. And one in particular came to mind. It's a personal reflection that I'd like to share because I think it's actually quite apropos of today's event. And it is that reflection or that memory is the 108th Yates Cup held on November the 14th, 2015. I mean, how lucky was I? I was a relatively new president that came in. I want to share a few thoughts about that game because I think it's actually quite relevant to today's event. For those of you who don't know, the Yates Cup is a key divisional championship, and it was the Western's Mustangs versus our Griffins. We had waited close to 20 years to get to this point and have a crack at the Yates Cup. We hadn't, as I said, won it in 20 years, and this was Stu's goal. It was very clear to win the Yates Cup. Now, let me say without exaggeration, that game, and I truly am not exaggerating, it was the most amazing sports match. And I'm a sports fan, all sorts of sports. This was the most amazing game I have ever seen in any sport. It had everything. We ended up winning the game in a nail biter. There were literally seconds left, and all Western had to do was cross our finish line, and that would have been that would have been Western's Cup. We stopped them literally in the last seconds. It had everything. Now I watched the game from the stands with Kim, and I actually have to qualify that. I watched the game. Kim didn't see any of the game. As soon as the ball was up, Kim's head went down, and I would kind of recount the play-by-play, and so she had my view of the play-by-play. That game had everything. It had fumbles, it had amazing runs, it had tackles, and it had incredible catches. And as I was thinking about that game and thinking about ways to connect, or memories to connect with today's event, I thought about that amazing game, the fumbles, the amazing runs, the tackles, the incredible catches. I thought it was kind of a metaphor for life. And while we can break the game down into all sorts of component parts and analytics, in my mind, there was one very, very simple and powerful message in that game, and that was the power of the human spirit. The power of the human spirit and what people can do when they come together. When they come together as a team, when they come together as a community, and when they come together as a society. These reflect values that are central to who we are here at the University of Guelph. And importantly, they are the values that are at the very heart of who Stu and Kim are. And I've come to know that. And they are also values that are at the very heart of who Gordon S. Lang was. We're so incredibly proud to have the Gordon S. Lang name linked with our business students, our faculty, our staff. Gordon S. Lang, as we've heard, was committed to putting people first. And in the end, and you know, my team's heard me say this, you can plan and come into my office, there's papers, there's piles of all sorts of documents and plans, but in the end, it's all about people. People bring those plans to life. Gordon S. Lang was committed to putting people first, building strong teams, and engaging with community. This $21 million gift marks the largest donation in the university's history. Since its inception, the business school at Guelph has sought to create business leaders who will make a difference, who will improve lives in their communities. And I would suggest that in today's unprecedentedly fast-paced world, this approach to leadership has never been more important. Through this gift, we unlock even more potential with new support for faculty, for students, and with a focus on innovation. It's important to note, actually, that today's gift from Stu and Kim is part of a larger philanthropic relationship with the University of Guelph. I want to share this. Over their lifetime, Stu and Kim have generously provided over $50 million to the University of Guelph. That kind of generosity, that kind of support is the difference maker. You know, we take great pride in Canada's public universities. But for our universities to stand out in that broader landscape, that kind of generosity, foresight, and support is unbelievably important. There are only a handful of special days like this in the life of a university, and I have to say that I'm incredibly honored to be here with all of you today to mark this moment and to thank Kim and Stu for their support and, most importantly, I would say for their friendship, both with the university and the many friends they have here at the university. As Daniel mentioned at the outset, business has been part of the University of Guelph's history for over 150 years, going right back to the early days of the Ontario Agricultural College. Like every strong university, we work as a team to reach milestones, and we stand on the shoulders of others. And in that regard, many individuals have worked towards this goal, and in particular, I need to acknowledge the vision, tireless work, and the perseverance of Julia Christensen Hughes. Where's Julia? Now, I can say this with absolute clarity and certainty. Julia has been laser focused. Relentless, I think, is another word that comes to mind, on raising the business school to new heights throughout her time as dean. She's developed a lifelong relationship with Kim and Stu, who very much believe in her vision, and certainly energized the broader communities. And for that, Julia, we all say thank you for your leadership and all that you've done. Thank you. And now, without any further ado, let me turn it over to the first dean of the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics, Julia Christensen Hughes.
Thank you, President Vaccarino. This is certainly an incredible day, an emotional day. You know, naming a gift like this changes lives, it fulfills dreams, and it sets us on a course to achieve even greater heights. I couldn't be more grateful. Before I share the specifics of this remarkable gift, I would like to acknowledge the students in the room, as well as those who are watching in the wonderful facility that Stu helped create by the football stadium. And also we have a team of people upstairs. We have faculty and staff, and we also have a team in the brass taps, and we've invited our students to also join us. So this is truly a shared and remarkable celebration. To the students, in many ways, this gift is for you. I know that you have long wanted to be part of a named business school, and what a name it is. The Gordon S. Lang name, as we've heard, is synonymous with our values. Lang represents truly the power of business to do good in the world, a Canadian success story. This gift is also very much for our faculty, our staff, and our donors, people who have worked tirelessly since the college was founded, who believed in our vision, have used their passion, creativity, and commitment to help grow something remarkable. A business school now ready, now worthy of such an esteemed name. Together, this gift will propel us into the future. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank all of our faculty and staff and donors who have got us to this point. I would also like to acknowledge members of the college's advisory board, including Chair Joan Fisk, as well as the support, of course, of the president and the provost, and to my family, several of who are here with us today, as well as watching online. Your guidance, your encouragement, and your support has meant the world to me. This gift, as we heard in the video, will have strategic impact in 4 key areas. I am so excited that we will shortly be able to launch a global search for 4 named Lang faculty chairs, 1 for each academic unit in the college. In finance, in marketing, in leadership, and sport business, with each position have a common theme, a commitment to making the world a better place. This will help us grow our research and our teaching capacity. There is also support for another position, an additional administrative position in the college that will focus on engagement between the new Lang School and our community partners, and community engagement is absolutely one of our pillars. We will also launch new Lang entrance scholarships for both undergraduate and graduate students. These scholarships will help provide enhanced access to remarkable education. Those who apply and who will be recognized with these scholarships will be students who have held leadership positions in their high schools, in their community, and in their previous academic endeavors. We want to attract the best students who believe in our vision and will continue to become a central part of what we do. One of the aspects of the gift that I'm most excited about is a Lang Fund to support innovation. In times where universities are economically challenged, it is so critical to have these funds that allow us to take things to the next level. So as you heard in the video, there will be funds to support students representing Lang School in provincial, national, and international competitions. There will also be funds to help students travel to remote communities in Ontario, Canada, and the world, where our students can help study those communities and make suggestions that will help those economies thrive and improving the quality of life. And there will also be a fund to support sustainability initiatives in keeping with our vision to be and develop leaders for a sustainable world. Finally, there will be incredible enhancements made to the outside of McDonald Hall. We will be creating Lang Plaza, which will truly transform the gateway to business at University of Guelph and our campus. I couldn't possibly provide a description that would do this justice. We've had Maurice Nellisher, who is here with us tonight, leading the charge on a remarkable design. So I'm so excited to now have the opportunity to unveil a depiction of Lang Plaza. This plaza will leave absolutely no doubt that through this gift, the University of Guelph has become forever changed, with business taking its rightful place alongside the university's other most significant programs. So, today's announcement is the culmination of a remarkable journey. Over my time as dean, I have been so grateful to get to know Stu and Kim, to see the parallels in our vision and in our values, to see the impact of their generosity already you have helped shape the business school. One example is their inspired support of our He for She initiative and recognizing student resilience. Stu and Kim have coached me on numerous occasions, challenging me in all the best ways, encouraging me to reach ever higher, and in particular to bring focus to our vision. I couldn't be more proud, this is a defining life moment, to be the founding dean of the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics. I told myself I wouldn't cry. Today is a new beginning where the values and success of Canadian business icon Gordon S. Lang will be forever aligned with the University of Guelph. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Nathan Luco, our outgoing president of, this is the final time we'll say it, College of Business and Economics Student Association, and incoming president of the newly named Lang School of Business and Economics Student Association, to share a few words.
I guess I'm not allowed to say it because I did have it a couple times in here, but I promise I won't. So to start off, my name is Nathan Luco. I'm the current president of what's now going to be the Lang Students Association. Working with Julie over the past year in the position that I've been in with our team of over 51 committed and dedicated students, working towards the prospect of having this happen, thanks to Kim and Stu, has been truly, truly inspirational for all of us to continue doing our work tirelessly day in and day out to provide student value. So what the LSA, will now be, is a student group run by students for students that represents all of the business commerce students at the University of Guelph. Our mission is simple: to help students achieve their personal and their professional aspirations. We do so by providing them with academic support so that first and foremost they can be successful in the classroom, and then complement this with what they've learned in the classroom with opportunities to apply this knowledge and develop some other important hard and soft skills that they'll be able to utilize in their future place of work. On behalf of the LSA and business commerce students at the University of Guelph, I would like to thank Kim, Stu, and the rest of the Lang family for allowing their father's name and legacy to stand alongside business at the University of Guelph for generations to come. To us, this gift provides more than just a name. It's an opportunity for Guelph business students to be proud of their institution and what it stands for, and will encourage prospective high school students to one day do the same. As Guelph business students, we understand the responsibilities businesses have for truly being a force for good, both in their community and for the environment. This gift is the vehicle that will allow Guelph business, excuse me, this is the vehicle that will allow Guelph business to achieve its mission in creating future leaders for a more sustainable world, like never before, and be a national and international advocate for sustainable business. Thank you, Julia, for allowing me to be a part of this very, very special day. And I'd like to now introduce my successor and the incoming president of the Lang Students Association, Jessica Turnblom.
All right, well, thank you, Nathan. Thank you. I'm incredibly honored to be here in one of the largest moments in history for Guelph business. As incoming LSA president, in my 4th year, I've had the opportunity of meeting so many students and alumni who have been given such incredible opportunities by this school. And I've seen how those opportunities have allowed them to succeed in their personal and professional goals. To now see that these opportunities will grow exponentially it just makes me so proud to be a Griffin at this moment, and knowing how this will touch each and every commerce student is absolutely incredible. Under one name, we become a united front, a force to be reckoned with at conferences, competitions, and in the workforce. As Lang students, we will continue to carry on Gordon's legacy of being humble, proud, entrepreneurial, and honest. These characteristics have guided us through many years and generations of becoming proud Guelph business graduates. And we will always look to do business in the most honest and ethical way. So on behalf of all University of Guelph business students, I would like to personally thank Kim and Stu Lang for the generous contributions, and the entire Lang family for allowing your family name to take Guelph business to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you, Jessica. It's great to hear your words about the impact, actually, of this gift will have. And as we've heard, there's certainly a lot of excitement about business here. And it's an honor to ask Stu Lang, who along with his wife, Kim, have allowed us to create this excitement, to come to the podium to provide some remarks.
On behalf of Kim and I want to thank all of you for helping us recognize, honor, and leave a lasting memory for my dad, Gordon S. Lang. It has been said that fathers hold your hand for the first years, but hold your heart forever. Because there may be media in the audience, I want to go on record and say the money Kim and I are donating is not a veiled attempt to get our children accepted into the University of Guelph. For one reason, we don't have children, but we have been trying to get our 2 dogs and 2 cats into OVC. When the great Puritan writer Richard Baxter was complimented for writing over 130 best-selling books in England, he responded, "I was but a pen in God's hand, and what praise is due a pen." I want to quickly thank 6 important people who have positively affected my life in so many ways, 2 of whom are no longer with us. First, I want to thank my mom, Joan. It is not theologically correct, but there still is truth in the statement that God cannot be everywhere, so he created mothers. Mom was my role model who taught me about unconditional love, grace, forgiveness, and how to laugh at yourself. When my life went off the rails, she was always my first phone call. Next, I want to thank my dad, Gordon. He was another role model who taught me about humility, generosity, courage, and the importance of family. He was my biggest fan, who as my agent negotiated every one of my football contracts with the Edmonton Eskimos. The memory of him waiting outside my locker room after my first CFL game, drenched to the bone after flying out that day from Toronto after work, will forever be etched in my memory. Dad, tonight is all about you. Dad set up our family board to encourage equality, fairness, and loyalty. Family decisions require the unanimous support of all 3 siblings. Without Dawn and Barb's support, none of this could have happened. I want to thank my sister Barb. She continues to carry on many of the traditions our mom started. Barb is renowned for her hospitality. Her home and cottage are always open, and there is always more food available than you can ever eat. In a much more positive sense, Barb is a helicopter parent, flying around North America and beyond to support her 4 children in all their many adventures. I want to thank my brother Don, who is a great father and businessman, and recently an amazing photographer. The statistics say only 50% of family businesses make it to the 2nd generation, and only 30% make it to the 3rd generation. Similarly, pundits say the 1st generation makes it, the 2nd generation spends it, and the 3rd generation blows it. Well, yes, Don not only blew it, he blasted it into smithereens. The predictions, I mean. You could argue that Don has helped increase the value of our dad's 2nd generation company by over 20 times, an amazing accomplishment. I often joke Don's responsibility is to make the money, and my responsibility is to give it away. Finally, I want to thank my wife, Kim. She is the smart and discerning member of our marriage. It's not easy being married to a guy who always has 100 crazy ideas and wants to put clothes on other people before putting his own clothes in a drawer. She continues to support me as I take on roles I'm not prepared for, like coaching the Guelph Griffins football team. She has always been my lighthouse, preventing me from crashing on life's rocky shores. I believe you learn more by listening as opposed to talking. For example, I enjoy asking people why they give. I want to understand what motivates them, what is at the heart and core of their generosity. One thing I've learned is that generosity is often reckless. Today's predominant worldview says, consume, don't share, be self-centered, not other-centered, hoard, don't release. The wisest man who ever lived said, it is more blessed to give than to receive. This man's countercultural wisdom would often confuse and confound his followers when he said such things as, take the hard and narrow road rather than the easy and wide road. If anyone wants to be first, he must be the last of all and be the servant of all. Serve God, not mammon. Yikes, this seems pretty reckless to me. In 1974, I decided to be one of his followers because he walked the talk. Ultimately, he gave his single most valuable possession to us, the gift of his life. Generosity is not only about your treasure, it is also about how you give of your time, your talents, and your thinking, the 4 T's as I call it. And it's not how much you give that matters, but how much you leave behind. Thank you again for attending this event. My prayer for you today is that you learn to be reckless. Go Griffins.
Wow. Well, what an exciting day it is today, and what an exciting year it's been for all of us at the University of Guelph and here at the Lang School of Business and Economics. Just a few months ago, our Center for Business and Student Enterprise was recognized and named after the influential Canadian business leader John F. Wood, a successful entrepreneur who wanted to support the next generation of business. And we're delighted that John's family is here celebrating with us today as well. David Wood, Susan Frassen, and Alex Frassen, thank you for being here. And thank you to all the donors, the supporters, the faculty, the staff, and everyone here in the room. It's been a great journey for our friends, staff, and faculty, but I must say we have to do a special thank you, I think, to the teams in Alumni Affairs and Development, the Lang Business and Economics Dean's Office, and Communications and Public Affairs, who've done such a great job with today's event. And one more time, just one more time, let's have a thank you again for Stu and Kim. Now, today may be the first time you're hearing about the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics, but we know this brand will be heard across Canada and around the world. Students, alumni, and future business leaders will be proud to say they are affiliated with the Lang School of Business and Economics. And we are now pleased to take the celebration to the world. But first, we'll take it to the marketplace here at McDonald Hall, which has been transformed under the name of our new school. So thank you, and let's continue to celebrate.
And there you have it. It's official. We are now the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics. I've been tight-lipped. I've been holding back forever. And I can officially say that what you were waiting for, it's true. And the logo got unveiled, and it's, again, a very, very exciting time. I'm actually going to take a moment here to break down the logo. So they completely transformed this room. The logo is everywhere. Shout out to the staff and everyone here for flipping this place really quickly. But if you take a look at the logo here, you'll notice that everything is interconnected. And so that was the whole point in designing this logo was, the students had spoke about it earlier, right? Coming to this school, it doesn't feel cutthroat, it doesn't feel like everyone's out for each other, but they feel like they're working together to help each other succeed. So again, you'll notice that everything is interconnected here, and you'll see that there's 4 different colors here, and so each color and each block represents 4 different things. So we have sustainability, active learning, research with impact, and community engagement. And so our 3 main colors sit on the blue, which represents sustainability and good learning. So that's a fun fact. I'm sure that'll come up at a Brass Taps trivia night one night, so you'll want to know that. And again, besides the blocks and the colors here, we have the text and the font. You'll notice that it's all interconnected as well. So again, University of Guelph and the Business School of Economics, just preaching community and being interconnected. Again, I couldn't say interconnected, linked up enough. I think I kind of hammered that note home. So that's the idea and the design for you if you're wondering why and how they came up with that idea. So I have a bunch of stuff here on the table, actually. A bunch of swag that they're hanging out here. So you'll notice that we got bags, we got tote bags with got the logo on here. So that's there. And then we have our mug here with the logo as well. And then they have some golf shirts. And so this is all stuff that they're handing out to the folks here today so they don't leave empty-handed. The one thing I wanted to point out, and I should mention that at some point, the School of Business will be selling this stuff online. So short time, nothing's been confirmed yet, but at some point you'll be able to get your hands on this sweet stuff. We have this companion water bottle. So this companion water bottle is quite significant because actually a company that's run by alumni here, individuals that went here, and these companion water bottles are really, really neat and convenient. I actually have one myself. Every time you fill up this water bottle, you scan the tag that's inside, and every time you fill it up, they'll be donating wells in Kenya. So that's really, really cool and a cool initiative, and they'll be handing these out today. So not only does it encourage you to hydrate, but also the opportunity to give back to those that are less fortunate. So shout out to Companion for that. And again, it has the new Gordon S. Lang logo on there. So if you can get your hands on that, I highly, highly recommend you do it because, again, you're not only just getting water, but you're giving to a great cause as well. So I'm sure there's a lot of things that you're interested in terms of details when it comes to this donation, who it affects, who's involved, the players involved. So just to give you some notes here. So this gift is the largest ever in the University of Guelph history. It's from the longtime benefactors, Stu and Kim Lang. If you don't know who Stu and Kim Lang are, they're no strangers here on campus. They've been giving back for time, whether it's the Ontario Vet College, the football team. They've definitely had their imprint here on the university, and they're incredibly generous people and continue to give back and help those achieve success in different ways. So it's in their name and recognition of the college's School of Business Economics. They decided to rename it the Gordon S. Lang School of Business Economics, which honors Stu Lang's late father, a renowned Canadian businessman. So who is Gordon Lang? You're asking. Gordon Lang founded and ran the CCL in Toronto. Today, it's a multi-billion-dollar company that employs more than 20,000 people in its 165 production facilities in over 60 countries. So not just Canada, not just the States. This company is doing work globally and worldwide. So one of the reasons it's so successful and been able to do so well is that it's just been able to expand over time. If you're curious what CCL is, it's the world's largest label maker and also manufactures numerous products like iPhone screen glasses and most of the polymer currency in circulation today. So at some point in your lifetime, whether you have or you have not, you're going to come across a CCL product, whether you know it or not. So the $21 million gift that has been given today will help the school to further expand its already widespread sustainability initiatives to support numerous educational efforts, including the new named Lang Research Chairs, various undergraduate and graduate scholarships, and student experiential learning opportunities. So a lot to digest there, but again, at the end of the day, it's just enormous donation, the school's largest, and in conclusion, we finally have a new school with a name attached to it. So I promised you a couple of interviews, so I think we're going to bring our first one in right now. How are you? A really exciting day.
Yes, it is.
So you got to be in the video.
I did.
Which means like you must be a pretty big deal.
I try, I guess.
So tell me a little bit about your story and what brought you to the University of Guelph.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want me to hold it? Sure. Okay. Or I can let you hold it. Okay, sounds good. So essentially, I chose Guelph because, one, my family stays in Guelph, but also because there was a lot of support for me to come to Guelph, and I've definitely enjoyed my time here. It's been amazing just getting to learn, and being a part of a school that shares my own values and my own personal, I guess, goals in life has been amazing as well.
So what are those values and those goals, if you don't mind sharing?
Yeah, of course.
Because I'm curious.
Of course, I'm curious as well. I'll say like my main goal and my main value is the fact that I do want to have an impact in the world, and I do want to do good in the world. And being a part of a school that also shares that is definitely amazing in the sense that they support us to do that. And with having this name brand and having the donation that we're getting, that would definitely empower us as a school, as students, as faculty to continue to do that and to continue to produce leaders who want to go into the world and have business for good.
Now, I'm a little bit rude. I didn't ask your name. So what's your name, your major, and your program?
Yeah, of course. So my name is Alaitun Ogunate, and I'm in the Bachelor of Commerce, Economics and Finance program, and in my last semester. So I'll be graduating in about 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah.
So when they asked you to be in this video, did you know what it was about, and what was your immediate reaction? Why do you think they chose you?
So when I was asked to be in this video, I didn't really know what it was about initially because it was obviously quite confidential. However, when I did come to actually, film the video, I got a sense of what it was about. And it was definitely exciting because, I'm thinking I'll be done and it's just the perfect timing to be a part of something as big as this and something as exciting as this. So it's been really cool.
That's awesome. No, I'm extremely jealous that you were a part of that experience. So you're going to be one of the first groups to be able to graduate and say you graduated from the Gordon S. Lang. I'm so happy I can finally say that because at the beginning of the show it was like I had to remain tight-lipped. Yeah, exactly. But you're going to be able to be one of the first to say that you graduate from the Gordon S. Lang. What does that mean to you personally? I mean, you'll kind of go down in history as that graduating class.
Exactly, we will. And it's so crazy to think that my graduating class and I would be the very first people to walk down the stage on June 11th with our degree from the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics. So it's super exciting to be able to have that on our name. And I think the impact of having a named school is the fact that now we have a successful business backing us up as a business school, and saying to the world that
it's all right. The excitement, I get it.
Of course, I drove that. But it's just super exciting to have a successful business backing us up and supporting the work that we do to produce leaders to change the world and to improve lives.
Now, did you have the luxury of meeting Stu by any chance?
Briefly, but I haven't actually gotten a chance to really talk to him, but I did get to...
So what were your initial impressions just meeting him?
I could definitely tell that he carries on the same character that his dad seemed to portray, the fact that they're very humble and generous. And I like the fact that, he seemed to be very proud of his dad. And I think that's something that I definitely appreciate. And I hope to, eventually become someone that my parents will be proud of. And I will be proud of myself as well and other people too.
Now, I was informed that you actually arrived here from another country, so outside of Canada. So where is that?
Yeah, so my family's from Nigeria, so I am Nigerian.
So knowing that the Business of School of Economics, the Gordon S. Lang School of Business Economics, has such a footprint globally, not just locally, did that have a little bit of an impact in terms of coming here? And if not, has that kind of made you even more proud to be a part of it?
Joining Guelph, you mean? Yeah, I would say that I definitely felt welcomed when I got here, and I think that's one of the reasons why I chose to come to Guelph. The fact that when I came on the campus tour and I just got to walk around campus and meet other students, I felt a sense of welcome and warmth. So I would say that's definitely one of the reasons why I chose to come to Guelph.
That's awesome. Well, thanks again for being here, and congratulations on being that video. I'm kind of jealous, I'm not going to lie. So it's nice meeting you. Take care. Awesome. So again, she had the incredible luxury and pleasure of being in that video, and she did a quite great job, if I may say so myself. I'm kind of an acting critic, so I don't think it was acting. It seemed quite genuine, to say the least. So again, if you're just tuning in, we finally named the school the Gordon S. Lang School of Business Economics. We finally have a logo. We finally have a name. It's extremely exciting. I'm looking around the room right now, and I just see smiles everywhere. There's just a sense of relief that we finally have a name to attach to the School of Business Economics. And I know in a short bit of time, I'm just going to tell you guys this because I don't think everybody else knows, but they actually have some signage out front that they'll be unveiling to Stu and Kim Lang and the rest of the attendees here on the University of Guelph campus. So again, largest gift in University of Guelph history, $21 million, looking to develop and further the widespread sustainability initiatives here at the University of Guelph. Again, just an overall exciting day, and I'm sure this news will just rapid fire, whether it's social media, on campus. I'm sure the excitement and the buzz will fire, like rapid fire around here on campus. So I'm excited to say that. And as I promised you, at some point, we'll be speaking to Julia, who is the Dean of the Business of School here. And I have the luxury of speaking to Stu Lang at some point here. If you don't know Stu, I've had the incredible pleasure of getting to know Stu over the last couple of years with my my work with the football team. Stu Lang, a former football coach for the University of Guelph Griffins, and actually won a championship in his time as well. Now more on the behind the scenes, but still very much involved with the football team and its success. So I can't speak to how much Stu Lang gives back and how much he is looking to develop successful, not only business leaders, but just a character in people as well. I know when talking to the football players, he's always looking for good character. He's not always looking for the most athletic, but it's very important for him to build good character. And I'm sure here at the School of Business, he's looking for much more of the same. So looking forward to talking to Stu Lang. I know right now Julia and Stu are tied up, so I'm just going to try to fill in some time here while we get there. But I know for me, again, the School of Business established in 2006. Again, one of the newer business schools. So this has kind of just been a long time in the waiting for the University of Guelph and the School of Business here. So exciting that 12 years later, if I did the math correctly there, we finally have a name for the school. And again, if you, the logo is really clean and really nice. Again, the colors are here represented. The blue kind of represents the building, and I guess all the interconnection and the linkage in between represents all the interconnected pieces here at the business school. And what I love about that piece is, like, it's not just to the School of Business, but the university is very interconnected in everything it does as well, right? Like, you can't go to a department and not find out that they are working with another department. It's all about a cohesive team here at the University of Guelph. It kind of makes me regret not going to the University of Guelph myself. Born and raised here, and I just I never seriously considered it, just being a hometown guy. But you would think the amount of time that I spend here and the amount of work that I've done here that I should probably get alumni status at this point. But yeah, again, all the swag is being handed out again. We got golf t-shirts, we got cups, you name it here. And again, these companion cups are so great. If you didn't hear me earlier, the initiative behind this is so great that every time you fill up one of these water bottles, you just scan the sticker that they provide here on the bottom, and they donate to wells in Kenya. So really good call and initiative. And once again, alumni that came up with the companion company. So I've actually had the pleasure of meeting them as well. So really exciting time here for the University of Guelph. So again, I'm just waiting for our guests here. Kind of just give you a lay of the room here. Everyone's kind of mingling and kind of waiting for the announcement out front. But it seems very, very exciting. I'm kind of jealous that I'm not able to take it in these conversations with the folks over here. But I recognize a lot of people, as you saw in the presentation. President Vaccarino addressing the crowd there, and great to hear from Stu Lang. So again, I'm really looking forward to talking to Stu at some point if I'm able to do that. So again, sustainability, active learning, research with impact and community engagement, the 4 pillars for the School of Business and what is represented here at the University of Guelph. All right. Awesome. Well, I think we have one of the students that we actually got to talk to earlier, so she's going to step in, and maybe we can just get like the post game and how she's feeling. Okay, so now we can finally say the Gordon S. Lang School of Business.
Oh my gosh.
So how you feeling?
Oh my gosh. I'm even more excited.
For what reason?
It's such an incredible step for the university, and for us and the reveal of the new plaza, oh my gosh, it's breathtaking. It's going to be such an impressive space for our students. I'm so excited.
It's pretty crazy how quickly they turn around. Like, you went in that room for a couple of seconds, you came out like, wait, what is this room?
It's totally transformed. Everything's been changed. We were just down in the office. Everything's changed.
It should be like an HGTV segment, like the Flipping Homes or something like that.
Absolutely.
So what do you know anything about Stu Lang and the Lang family by any chance?
Not too much. I know that they've been huge partners at the University of Guelph for a number of years, really involved with the football program, and it's really great to see them getting involved in the business school as well.
Absolutely, and I've been vouching for Stu Lang, great guy, and if you ever get to meet him, very generous. He kind of lives up to the billing of what your expectations would be. So let's kind of like break down this logo here. What do you like about this logo? Is there anything that you notice? Because I'm going to point some things out if you haven't already.
Okay, yeah. Actually, I'm super proud because one of my team members on DECA was part of designing the logo, so it looks really, really great. No, I'm so excited. I can't wait to wear the logo and be involved with it, but I love that we've got the Guelph colors there, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the blue is for sustainability. Is that correct?
Yes. Oh, she's done her homework.
An expert already.
I was telling them at home that the three pillars rely on the sustainability.
Right.
That's good learning, right? And I don't know if you've noticed, but everything is interconnected, right? So everything's linked, and it kind of goes back to the point of it's not cutthroat here. Absolutely. Everyone works together, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I love the colors, and they've done a really cool job, and yeah. So do you have any insight? You said your friend kind of helped. Do you have any insight in terms of what the process was like?
No, I don't, unfortunately. I would love to share it with you if I could.
I was trying to get like that inside information. Awesome. Well, were you able to grab one of the cool swag? Absolutely, well, we need to get you hooked up in the back. Okay. Well, enjoy the rest of the evening, and thank you for filling in some time.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, again, just come back and get an immediate reaction, and that's what it is. I mean, everyone's just super excited about it, and you can just feel it. And I hope that the rest of the students, the business students here on campus, are going to be able to digest all this information very soon, because you kind of don't want to be one of the last people to find out that we have something going on here. So, really exciting time once again here at the University of Guelph. Just waiting on Julia and Stu. Want to be able to talk to them at some point and get their thoughts, their immediate reactions. Because I imagine the reason it's taking so long to talk to them right now is because everybody wants to talk about them and see what their feelings are. But they still realize they have some obligations with me, so hopefully they get here soon. But I even see Julia right now, and it's just like everyone's just pulling her aside and just wanting to talk to her. And again, that just equates to the buzz and how excited people are here right now, and how much information, because it's been hidden for so long. I actually know for a fun fact that this news has kind of been rumbling between December and January. And Stu Lang, if you know him, he's kind of a go-getter, and he kind of wants to get things going. And he's like, can we just drop the news? Can we just talk about the logo and talk about it? Unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. And look who's here to crash the party. It's Julia. How are you?
I feel wonderful. This is such a special day for us, and tremendous effort by our staff, and that created the videos and all of the displays.
We were just joking earlier that they should flip houses the way they flipped this room so quickly.
Yeah, I know. And look at our logo. It's an incredibly proud day for the City of Guelph, the University of Guelph, and of course for us in the Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics.
So I had the pleasure of talking to a lot of students, and they kept preaching about how every year they come into school, the bar is raised, there's something new, there's something implemented for them to succeed. For you, I feel bad for whoever has to fill your shoes one day, because you've set such a high bar, not for just the school, but other business schools as well. So what does it mean for you to finally have a name for this School of Business?
I've been working towards this, I would say, throughout my 10 years of being dean. It's been a remarkable journey, though, and I really want to honor the students and the faculty and staff who worked so hard demonstrating success, through their ingenuity, their commitment, whether it was students winning competitions or starting businesses, or faculty who were creating innovative courses, the staff that are supporting us all the way, including building our brand and hosting amazing events. All of that was necessary to get to this point today, because we needed to be able to demonstrate to potential donors that we would steward a gift well, and that with the right values alignment, a gift to help us take it to the next level. And it really has been a remarkable partnership over several years with Stu and Kim, and of course culminating in this gift today.
So not a lot of people have the luxury of knowing Stu and Kim maybe the way you do. Can you speak to a little bit about who they are and what they represent to you and what kind of people they are?
Yeah, they are a remarkable couple. They are so humble, but they give so generously of their heart. I've really had the pleasure of being mentored by Stu and Kim. We've met on several occasions. We've talked about the business school. They've given me ideas to pursue. They've challenged my thinking. So this was a consequence of that. So I just have so much respect for them. They're so bright, they're so committed, and they're committed to elevating business at Guelph onto the global stage.
So for someone that doesn't understand what naming a school means, right? Because not a lot of departments or facilities need to be named necessarily. For the School of Business, why is this important? Because I know that a lot of other School of Businesses are named, and so I'm sure you guys were itching to get a name done eventually. So what does that mean to the...
So yes, if you look across the country, many business schools have a name. And the name represents a number of things. It builds your brand, and if the name is after a business icon, right? Then there's sort of an understanding of a values alignment, a strategic alignment. But it also brings considerable new resources to the table. We need to keep innovating, and the way we can innovate is when somebody believes in us and has the generosity of spirit to support us taking things to the next level. So we have our strategic plan laid out. Through this gift, we will absolutely be able to take business at Guelph to that level.
Now, I'm assuming you had a hand in the logo. A bit, maybe?
It was a team. It was a team, but it was a team that thought hard about our values and how to represent that. So with the lettering coming together here, that represents team. It represents collaboration. I also love these squares, and I love when they flip and show the University of Guelph logo. So these squares represent a number of things. They represent each of our 4 academic units, but the blue square represents this profound commitment to sustainability and the notion of...
It's a word I've heard a lot today.
Yeah, and business is a force for good. They also reflect the UN Sustainable Development Goals. And of course, as a business school, we're really committed to making progress towards the UN's SDGs. So I love the logo. I love that we've recognized Gordon fully in the name. And I love we are now a school of business and economics.
Well, definitely a crowning achievement for yourself and the School of Business and the university as a whole. I know you're a busy person. A lot of people want to probably get your insights, so I really appreciate your time, and thanks for joining us here today. Awesome. All right, so that's Julia, the Dean of Business and the School of Economics, Business and School of Economics here. And again, I couldn't help it. Like it's very, again, very contagious. You can just feel excitement. She's been one of the longest tenured deans here at the University of Guelph. So I know how important this is for her and for the legacy of the school going on, moving forward. So big day for her, big day for the University of Guelph. Again, we talked to a lot of students earlier, and you could just feel their excitement as well. And I just love that she was able to break it down and give a different perspective of the logo as well, right? Like, I mean, I got the notes in front of me, but this is someone that firsthand had some insights and was able to build the logo from scratch. And you could tell that she was very, very satisfied with the way that it turned out. So again, exciting day. The logo is revealed, the name is revealed, the donation is finally revealed. And again, she spoke very highly of Stu. Again, you're not going to find many people that won't say great things about Stu Lang. I'm sure it's not a name, it's not a family to be, it's a name of a family to be very, very proud of because they just represent so much good and again, generosity. That is the word when I think of Stu Lang and I think of the family. I think of generosity, I think of kindness, I think of always wanting to move forward and put folks in a position to succeed. So again, just waiting for Stu at this point, really hoping that I'll be able to talk to Stu at some point here. The man of the hour, but like I said, Julia's really busy, and you saw how hard it was to get Julia. It's going to be even harder to get Stu right now because I got a bit of the man of the hour. So just waiting on Stu right now. Just to, again, sum up everything, just in case I haven't done it enough already, this is the largest gift ever in the University of Guelph's history from longtime benefactor Stu and Kim Lang, who we've been talking about, and the name is obviously Stu Lang's father, Gordon S. Lang, founder of CCL, a multi-billion-dollar company, the world's largest label maker in the world. So again, I can't, sometimes it's very easy when you have that much money to forget about giving back and where you want to give back. But Stu is consistently given back to education system, not just here at the University of Guelph, but other universities here on campus, not here in the country as well. So shout out to Stu for everything he does. And again, I'm just really excited to talk to him. I've gotten to know Stu over time, and anytime I talk to him, it's just there's a certain energy, and he's always looking out for other people. So it's really, really, really exciting to be able to finally get out this news. I was mentioning earlier before Julia came here, again, this has been something that's been talked about since, earlier in the year, December, January, and you can imagine, it's now April. He's been holding on to this for like 3 or 4 months, and you can imagine how much that was killing him. I know it was killing the business department because everyone was pretty tight-lipped and really, really, really wanted to be able to share that information with the rest of the world. So. Again, just waiting for Stu at this point, just to kind of give you a lay of the room, guys. These folks here that are attending, they have the opportunity to leave, but it doesn't seem like anybody really wants to leave. Everybody kind of wants to soak in this moment and discuss, what this means and how exciting this is for everyone. So it's just great. Again, it's all that interconnecting. I keep coming back to the linking and interconnecting and how important all of that is, and just networking. I mean, any successful business person will tell you that it's important to have those relationships and have those conversations to further develop where you want to be and where you want to get. So just really important for just not even the staff, the faculty, but the business students here as well. So I think that I'm going to have another student here speak to me. Somebody's here to bail me out. How are you?
I'm doing very good, thank
My
you.
name is Dee. I should probably introduce myself. And what's your name, major, program?
Okay, my name is Vanitha. I am a leadership organizational management student, soon to be management, so I'm the last of its kind, basically. And I'm Bachelor of Commerce, yeah.
So you're one of the few that got to find out what this was going to be. How hard was it for you to stay tight-lipped about this?
Super difficult because it's so exciting. We're one of the few schools that don't have a business name yet. So I really wanted to just kind of share it with everyone, especially because we've been doing so well at case competitions and outside of Guelph. And it's exciting now to actually have a name that people can associate us
So
with.
I've had some of the other students, including Julia, the Dean of School of Business here, explain what does it mean to have a name? Some people won't understand why you need a name for your school of business. Why is it important to you?
It gives us a little bit of recognition. When we go to case competitions out of province, overseas, we're just known as the College of Business and Economics student.
It's so generic, I guess.
It's so generic. And now we actually have something, so people will actually be able to say, we're from Lang. It has a little bit, it's exciting. That's what it is.
Yeah, no, it's contagious. I've been saying it all through the live streams. I can just feel the energy, the buzz in here. So how many more years do you have left?
Oh, I'm graduating.
You graduated or graduating?
Graduating.
So you're going to be one of the first people to say that you graduated from the Gordon S. Lang. That's got to mean something to you.
Absolutely. I'm super excited. All of my friends go to schools that have names, so I'm excited to now, I'm so proud to be a Griffin, and now this just makes me so much more proud, and I'm excited to share it with everyone.
So where did you come from? Is it a different city?
I'm from London, Ontario.
So what made you choose Guelph?
So, Guelph was actually one of the only schools that actually only had my program. So it was for that. And then also Guelph is just it's a real campus. It's not massive, and it's such a community here, and that's what I really wanted. So.
And again, what was your major?
Leadership organizational management, soon to be just management.
So is it still the only one available?
Management, yes. So that is what it's turning into, and basically my major is just going to turn into a minor.
And what do you love about your program?
I love everything about my program.
That's an easy answer.
Basically, my program consists a lot about collaboration and teamwork, and that's really what I value. And so it's really nice to be able to use everything, and obviously incorporate a lot of sustainability into our programs. So
I've heard sustainability so much now. I get it. The School of Business relies on sustainability, but I'm really glad that you said that it's really connected and everyone works together, because everyone's been preaching about that. I keep hearing that business can be really cruel, right? Everybody's out for each other, but it seems like everybody kind of works here.
everyone supports each other here, which is super nice. I've never encountered me having to climb over someone to get either a grade or a project. We just really work together as like a community, as a family, to help each other grow, basically, because like ultimately we're going to be working with each other side by side in the workplace, so you might as well help each other now.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you don't have to move back to London and you'll stay in Guelph, but good luck in your future endeavors, and thanks again for coming on. No, a pleasure meeting you as well. Awesome. All right. So I've been talking about how busy Stu is, and unfortunately we're not going to be able to talk to Stu today. Just too many leaps and bounds and hurdles to go over. But I, on behalf of the School of Business and the University of Guelph, want to thank Stu for this generous donation. And again, it's an exciting day for the university, and I'm sure it's an exciting day for the Lang family. So I'm just going to wrap things up here. Again, Gordon S. Lang School of Business and Economics, it's official now. The $21 million gift is the largest ever in Guelph history and will have significant impact, not just immediately, but future generations to come here in business on the University of Guelph campus. So once again, if you've hung on this long, I want to thank you once again for tuning in. My name is Danang Balsera, and it's been such a joy to take you along for this event, and hopefully I will see you in future events. If not, thanks again for tuning in, and go Griffs, go.